Hello guys, it is Jead and it is World Cup content day on FC26. This day comes around once every 4 years, so what are we going to get for it? We've even got some greats of the game leaks as well. Not everyone will be able to get this Eto card, he will be exclusive. And of course, it is the last chance not only to buy some of these Path to Glory cards, but the last chance to get yourself involved in the World Cup fantasy to win FC27 from the BigJead channel. So let's jump into it. And guys, if you want to use players like this and like this and just need that little extra boost, then you can get your cheap, fast, and most importantly, safe FC26 coins at eldorado.gg. They have 24/7 support, a money-back guarantee, and you can use code JEAD at checkout to get another 5% off your order. Link is in the description. Hope you guys have had a fantastic week. World Cup day. Look, if you're someone who doesn't normally comment on these videos, you just watch for the first time today, boys and girls. Who is winning the World Cup? Let's answer down below. And who is going to be the top scorer? Let's see what everyone's saying. I'm going Portugal winning the World Cup. Cody Gakpo top scorer. Trust me, everyone's going, oh, Cody Gakpo. You watch. You watch. Cody Gakpo top scorer. Portugal win the World Cup. That is what I'm saying. Before we jump into the SBC content, here it is then, the BigJead League. We've still got less than 100 people, which means you've got a very decent chance of winning yourself FC27. Whoever wins the World Cup Fantasy BigJead League will win FC27, paid for by me for next year. So get yourself in there. All you need to do is join the free Discord and go to the announcements channel. Scroll up 1 or 2 times and you will see this, right? The FC27 giveaway for the World Cup Fantasy League. Get yourself in there. Throw a team together. You can go and put your team in the World Cup Fantasy chat and see what everyone else is saying. A little bit of fun for the World Cup. Let's get involved. But jumping into the SBC content, a hugely downvoted SBC. This card's too expensive. It's 150k for a very average centre-back. But if you are going to go do the Chris Richards SBC, these are the only play styles you should put on this card. It has to be Intercept plus number 1. It has to be Anticipate plus number 2. Your third playstyle plus has to be between Bruiser and Quickstep. A little bit of personal preference. I would personally go Bruiser, but I know some people die by Quickstep. And then for the rest of the white playstyles, Quickstep white, I would do Jockey, Block, Slide Tackle, Aerial Fortress white. I would then do Pinged and Tiki Taka white. Your last playstyle then on a centre-back is either between Relentless, if you're someone that spams Team Press. You could even do Rapid if you really want, but I would do Relentless. If you spam Team Press, it just means your centre-back isn't going to run out of stamina, which I always love, right? Chris Richards, to be honest, average SBC, nowhere near as good as his winners card, but you can customize the playstyles. Maybe you're American, pretty cool if you are. You can go and do that SBC, guarantee him in your club. But the one that everyone's probably looking at today is, of course, the start of these showdown SBCs. I wish they made these cards a little bit more juiced. The Vega card just doesn't look that exciting for me. Is it Makuina? I might get that wrong, sorry, but he doesn't look that exciting either, right? Nice playstyles, cool, but just average cards. But last chance to complete those. They will expire at content, and that will be the first World Cup game. Mexico versus South Africa. Who is winning that game? I'm going to go on Mexico 3-0 win. Sorry to my South African homies. I'm going to go on Mexican 3-0 win. The big upgrade yesterday, or the big SBC that people actually cared about, is one that we've already completed. And it's another one of those SBCs that I'd always put into like this category of really good SBC on paper, really bad SBC to open. So we got the 1 of 3 Path to Glory player pick. It was just one squad. Go and do it, right? You can get Vinicius, you can get De Jong, all that good stuff, right? It's crap. Like, we did a lot of these on SharePlay yesterday. And let me know down below. Maybe you got someone good, right? Maybe you're the exception. But I would say for every 30 of these you open, you're going to get 1 big dub and maybe 2 or 3 medium dubs. They're just really, really bad pack weight. We got so much fodder. And not even fodder, really. 91 rated, 92 rated, not much more. I got nothing on my account. But hopefully one of you guys got something from the 1 and 3 Path to Glory player pick. I would go and do it. Again, I always say this now in these videos. We're in that time of the year where gamble picks are kind of what we have to do, right? They're the best bit of the game. And it'll only get, you know, more and more so like towards footies. We actually have some new SBC packs and token packs leaked in the pack code. But yeah, go and do that. I just don't think you're going to get a dub in it. And then if we head on over to Evo, it's one of those evolutions that's actually really, really, really good. It's just a bit boring because it's a chain evolution. We got Backbone Brilliant. You can do it 3 different times. A lot of people, you guys were telling me on stream yesterday, right, that it's a bit annoying because it improves the rating by 1, but I really like the stats upgrade for this. 5 vision, long passing, short passing, and interceptions all to 95. And then defensive awareness, strength, slide tackle, aggression, stamina to 94s and 95s. That's like a stat cap that's really good at the minute. That will make a lot of your players better. How you use this is completely up to you, right? It's a chain evo. Go and put it on a couple different cards. You could even put this on Neymar. Like, I've seen a lot of Neymar chains going around. This one obviously does defending, but a lot of it is like strength and physical. You could get a really, really strong Neymar, 94, 95 strength if you use all 3 of them. And even on my Noonan there, like, yes, it goes up 1 rating, I do understand, but going to 91 like physical with 95 strength, 94 stamina, for me is a huge stub. And I get 3 of them, right? So I can put it on Noonan and then go and put it on someone else. Maybe a defender, or put the other 2 on a defender. defender. I think it's a really, really good chain evo. I think now what you should be looking to doing is when we do get that 2000 token main event evo back, you should be looking to try and find the best possible chain for that. That is just the best evo on the game. It will be until probably footies now. It's just that good. Unless, yeah, it will be until footies, right? The next season. It's so good. So make sure whatever you're doing with these chain evos, if you can, you're making the best 97 rated card possible when that event evo does come back. And we will talk about tokens today because as you can see, I'm up to 1,800 doing the, not glitch, but doing the method we spoke about yesterday. So I can have 2,000 tokens by 6 p.m. content today. And we'll talk about the main event evo coming back because we didn't get any objectives yesterday. If you're going to be on the game today playing, what you're probably doing is just doing all the same objectives to get tokens and get other things like that you might need to, still have outstanding. Like there's no gauntlet right now really needs doing. There's nothing, right? There's no real big objective apart from Hugo Sanchez and then all the standard stuff we already had with like tokens and Russian stuff. They even moved the Alawarian to like Friday. We spoke about this yesterday, but he was originally planned to like come out today, the same time as Hugo Sanchez came out last week. And then, no, they changed it to Friday, and they're going to have all of these players coming on Friday. But me personally, I feel like on Thursday, there's not much to do on this game. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but Thursday feels like a bit of a waiting room for Friday and the new content. I think that's what EA want it to be. I don't know. But it would be nice if we could do this Alawarian today and have something to work towards. And then Friday, you get loads of new content anyway. Like, you don't need this added on top. But yeah, that's still there to come to tomorrow. And tomorrow, there'll be loads of things to play for. And when we talk about that Eto card coming integrated to the game, he will be an objective as well. But yeah, tokens. I'm nearly going to be on 2,000 tokens. We basically just did the method. If you don't know what that is and you didn't watch yesterday's video, you just don't claim certain tokens until after the token reset, right? So I didn't claim the Rivals bonus tokens. I then also couldn't obviously claim the Rivals rewards because they didn't come out until 9 a.m. But tokens reset at 8 a.m. So I got 400 tokens from my Division Rival rewards. Shout out to you if you're on stream yesterday. We went for Rivals tokens. It was painful. But yeah, I got my 400 tokens at 9 a.m. And I got my 400 tokens from the bonus objective at 9 a.m. as well. I waited to claim them, which means I got 1,000 last week, up to 800 already this week. And then what I'm saying I'm going to be on 2,000 for at 6 p.m. today is if you go into SBCs, make sure you don't forget right at the back, your swaps tokens, right? These, as you can see, expire or refresh in 5 hours. So I'll be able to go and get 200 more tokens of the 300 here when these refresh at 6 p.m. and get my 2,000 tokens, which means the big talk with all these token stuff is still, when are the Evos coming back? They're not currently back in the game. At least, not when you're watching this, right? Or not when I'm recording this. They're not currently back in the game. All I want is 2,000 tokens is not possible, I don't think, until 6 p.m. today. I might be wrong on that, but I think it's 6 p.m. today it's possible, or at least a lot of people will get them at 6 p.m. today. So that'll be the first time that we can actually have a look at that 2,000 token Evo and put it, like, in the club, right? Put it on a card. So it'd be really nice if today, 6 p.m. content, keep an eye out on the store. That might be when it comes back. I'm unassigned, so I can't go and check. But that might be when the 2,000 token and the 500 token Evo comes back as well. And I do recommend that is what you spend your tokens on first, right? No real point saving for the icons just yet, in my opinion, when the token is much better. And we'll crack open this one of 289. Oh, we do get 2 promo cards. And once again, like the rest of this promo, it's just pure fodder. But yeah, keep an eye on the store at 6 p.m. today. We should get the main event Evo back. We should hopefully get the 500 token Evo back as well. But we'll have to see, man. I don't know why EA even took them away in the first place. And then we can't go and see it with the Champs token store. But the Champs players, right? The Danny Olmo, the Reece James, the Berhalter. If any of you guys took those cards, I doubt it. I feel like we all took some of the player picks in the packs. But if any of you guys took those cards, those 3 reset tomorrow at 7 p.m. I think it's 7 p.m. It doesn't really matter, right? They reset at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. tomorrow with content, with FUT Champs at least. And what that means is, keep an eye out tomorrow at, I think, again, 7 p.m. when FUT Champs refreshes. We should get 3 new players in the Champs store as well. But I think the rest of the rewards stay, from what I understand. So the rest of the rewards will stay, but the Champs players refresh. Hopefully, we get some more hyped cards and Olmo, James, and Berhalter. I feel like no one really spoke about those cards about, an hour or 2 after they got released. They were kind of dead and everyone went for the player picks. I would love it if we got something like a Neymar that just cost way more than 600 tokens, right? Imagine a FUT Champs Neymar that cost 1,000, 2,000 tokens, and you could go and do him and then do someone else in the main event Evo. I think that would be very, very nice. Will EA do that? I don't think so. I think we'll get 3 more average cards. But yeah, content tomorrow. Keep an eye out for the new FUT Champs players as well. Boys, we can talk about World Cup content, World Cup leaks, greats in the game leaks. We've got the full Path to Glory Team 2, as well as now official stats SBCs for Path to Path to Glory, and one of the official stat SBCs that's not coming with Team 2, coming with Team 1 today, kind of like World Cup content, I guess, is finally this Lucas Paqueta card. I feel like in the past 12 videos, every single time, when is Lucas Paqueta coming? Today, he has to be today, right? It's confirmed coming today. Rapid technical ping. We've talked about him loads, so I won't go on about him again. But he is coming today. The question is this all that is coming today, right? Are we going to get some World Cup last-minute content? EA normally do like to do this with bigger sporting events, right? If you think about it, we even got the Champions League winners teams starting from last year. They just do big things of really big sporting events or football events. I would love it if today at content, we got a player pick, a free card, a something. You would have thought it would have been leaked by now, but just give us something to be a little bit hyped over, right? World Cup starts. It's once every 4 years. Give us a card. Give us an Evo that's crazy. Give us something. Thursday is such a nonsense day, and yes, they might be saving it for tomorrow, Friday, but I don't see the point, right? The World Cup doesn't start Friday. The World Cup starts today. So, let's see what EA do, right? But really, really hoping they just give us something. Something to log on the game and go, look, I'm in the World Cup spirit. There's something to play for. And not, despite how cool he is, not just this Lucas Paqueta card, right? Maybe they do just save it for Friday, right? We have got a lot of leaks to talk about. And some of them are actually pretty cool. Some of them not so much. We'll jump into it. But we've got a lot of leaks to talk about with Team 2, which is when the World Cup feels like it is really on. So I don't normally say this, but boys, subscribe for the rest of the content coming in the next few weeks. The World Cup is officially here. We have now got a month of football taking over just everyday life, right? Football now is the main talking point for people that don't even like football because the World Cup is on. So subscribe for all that World Cup content we'll be bringing out over the next couple of weeks, and let's talk about it, right? We have got SBC cards, we have got full Team 2s, we've got great to the game cards. The first one is we have got a Path to Glory SBC Wan-Bissaka. We do have some official stats. I don't believe this is official stats because you would have thought he'd come with play styles if he's a Path to Glory. I have no idea how well DR Congo are going to do in the World Cup. Probably not one you're expecting to get upgrades. And sadly, not long. He's not a long player, and when you're playing a card at fullback, you kind of want them to be long, so I'm not sure he'll be too hyped. But people have definitely used Wan-Bissaka cards in the past. I just hope he doesn't have Slide Tackle Plus. EA love to give Wan-Bissaka cards Slide Tackle Plus. But he's the first SBC we have got coming. The next one, which is official stats, by the way, and look at these stats. Look, official stats, Playstyle Plus, everything for Alexis McAllister. Another player for the Liverpool team to join Wirtz and Isak coming in the main team. Maybe we'll do a Foot Champs challenge this week for Liverpool. Give me some ideas in the comments, right? I'm running out of Foot Champs challenges. What do? Do we do a past and present Liverpool team? But McAllister, not only does he have 9 Galangan stats, apart from his 91 physical, obviously, 94, 95, 95, 95, 94. This is like Evo levels, like stupid Evos that you see on Discord and Twitter and stuff. This is Evo levels of stats. Pinged technical intercept, really nice. We'll have to see his in-game playstyles. Linked to Argentina, of course, which means probably going to get at least some upgrades, if not a 4th playstyle plus and some crazy upgrades. How expensive is this McAllister SBC going to be? Is he going to be an SBC? Because he could be an objective, and we'll talk about that in a second when we talk about Samuel Eto'o. But how much is this McAllister going to be? It's going to be a must-complete card, surely, with those stats and being upgradable. That is just mental. And yeah, it's a good point. Can Argentina win the World Cup? Could this go to a 99 McAllister? Do you guys remember that 99 Acuna card when Argentina won the World Cup a few years ago? We could maybe, or wasn't the World Cup, it was the, what was it? It was the South American tournament, the Copa America, whatever it's called. Could we get a 99 McAllister, similar to that 99 Acuna, who just had like 99s in all stats, right? Because if McAllister went to a 99, you'd probably see a card of 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 97, or something like that, right? Something broken. You would see one of the most broken, if not the most broken card in the entire game. We could be looking back on this SBC in a couple of weeks to come and going, wow, why did we not do that card, right? He could be broken. And speaking of broken SBCs, end of an era, official stats Putellas is coming to FC26. One of the most hype cards of the last few years since they added women's to the game. She's way better than her UCL card. She's way better than her Team of the Season card. We have a 4 playstyle plus with incisive, tech, finesse, and ping. As an attacking central midfielder, apart from maybe intercept, that is perfect playstyle plus. Beautiful stats. The problem I've got is the price of this SBC, right? It looks like this SBC is going to be really, really expensive. 1 million coins plus. Now, is that deserved? Probably, right? 4 playstyle plus card, crazy centre mid, would be millions of coins on the market. But is anyone else's clubs starting to slowly die? Like, we're doing the fodder grind daily, but I'm also using that fodder into a lot of the SBCs. I'm not sure I've got the facilities, big man, for a Putellas end of an era card. We'll have to wait and see. But that card does look very hyped. And with McAllister, You could see a lot of people's midfields changing over the next few days in those SBCs. Got no clue when the Pateas is actually going to drop it. We've not got any sort of like, leaks on her now really of when she's going to drop. I do think McAllister will be Friday though. I do think McAllister will be tomorrow's. We've got Gakpo on Friday. Liverpool SBC Friday seems to be what it's being. It might not be. There's one more card that could be on Friday, and that should be the next one we jump into. This Pedro Neto card. Quickstep pinged finesse. Now, this card is rumoured or leaked to be over 500,000 coins. And now to put that in context, when Gakpo was much less than that, like 400,000 coins or 300,000 coins, right? Gakpo is much less than that. Is this card going to be better than Gakpo in game? Now, Neto does have Ronaldinho's body type, which makes no sense to me that EA give him Ronaldinho's body type, but he does have Ronaldinho's body type. Ping, quickstep, and finesse is not perfect, but it's very, very nice, right? I wouldn't put it on the Gakpo levels of having incisive, rapid finesse, but still very, very nice. But then 97 pace, 93, 90, 95 dribbling, and 88 physical. Very nice card. And of course, Portugal, right? Portugal, who are my, predictions to win the World Cup. So another SBC that I'll probably still go and do just in case he gets that 99 rated and Portugal win the World Cup. I'll regret not doing him. But I don't think he'll play in my team. Unless he's maybe got striker position then, and I can use him up front. But then ping pass on the striker, not really for me. I don't know. What do you guys think about 500,000 plus coin Pedro Neto SBC? And it could be him on Friday. I think it's one of these two. You might see Pedro Neto on the Friday, McAllister on the Saturday. Two very hyped SBCs, but I don't know. Pedro Neto, not really one for me. I'm probably waiting for McAllister first, then Pateas, and then Pedro Neto third out of those three. And then Wan-Bissaka probably comes later on in the week. We'll get some official stats for him, but he won't be anywhere near as hype. He'll be quite similar to the Mazraoui SBC, where Man United fans might do him, West Ham fans might do Wan-Bissaka, but he's not really going to change anyone's team. And then, of course, what we spoke about yesterday, the Path to Glory Team 2. When we spoke about it, we didn't have all the best cards, right? I made a video saying, look, is Path to Glory Team 2 really that hyped? It is, okay? Because Bellingham, Wirt, Inaki Williams, Koundé, a lot more cards we got. Calhanoglu even, by the way. We got the official stats for this Calhanoglu card. And although Calhanoglu is not the most hyped player in the world, I know a lot of you guys are from Turkey. A lot of you guys might watch the Serie A too. 93, 94, 96, 95, 93, 92, right? McAllister sort of level stats, but has 4 playstyle plus. All of them are insane for a box-to-box central midfielder, including that intercept plus, which we didn't see on Patelas. No finesse, but obviously more of a defensive midfielder. He looks broken. He'll be millions of coins, even though he plays for Turkey. But you think Turkey did, at least get a few upgrades in the World Cup and get some 99 stats there for Calhanoglu. Maybe get an in-game play style, right? Lee Kang-in stats, right? I know Inventive Plus is dead, but look at the state of those attacking stats on Lee Kang-in. It is ridiculous. The only hype card that I'm not hyped about is Koundé. Long ball plus, not lengthy, just not really the one for me. I know he plays for France, but I just don't really care for that Koundé card. Loads of Liverpool cards. Of course, the big chase card is this Jude Bellingham, who has those 9 Galangan stats with more attacking play styles with the finesse, low-driven, incisive, technical. Perfect as a shadow striker. If you guys like using a shadow striker cam, he might be the one. Obviously the best cam in the world in Florian Wirtz. That Inaki Williams now might be the rest, right mid in the entire game. If he stays lengthy with those stats and those play styles, you might be looking at the best right mid in the entire game, right? The sort of future star Bale level of card from a few months ago. He looks broken. And some nice cards overall in the promo, right? So the promo did get a little bit more hype than since we looked at it the other day. We've got some nice cards leaked to come. Obviously the big chase cards are those top row cards there. My worry, of course, is similar to Path to Glory Week 1. I've got a feeling if we just do this on the zoom in, this will be what your packs look like, right? This is what your daily SBC grind, your champs rewards, even your token rewards. This might be what you start to see in your packs. Get used to seeing a lot of these cards. Probably not even these top row here, right? Just this bottom row. Murillo, Sanabria, Martinez, Pirro, Atakoglu, Valerie, Jakic. Just these cards here, Jordan Ayew. Some of them are pretty cool, and of course, there's a lot of discard ones you'll be able to put in your team and might get upgrades, because of course, this team will be out live when the teams are playing their real-life games, right? So that you might be packing these cards as they're like live getting upgrades, which is pretty cool. A little bit more hype to it, but yeah, just some of the cards that you're going to be seeing in your packs, those bottom row there. But there is some nice chase cards. I've not saved any packs really for Team 2. I just opened everything for Team 1. But Friday stream tomorrow, we will definitely be doing a little bit of a mini pack grind, trying to chase some of those Liverpool players, the Inaki Williams, the Bellingham. We will for sure be going for some of those top row players, and so many of them still get in my team, even without the upgrades, which is very, very nice. Today's Evo, we've got a right mid Evo. Of course, tomorrow's Evo is the big one, because that's where you can put 3 playstyle plus cards into it, and everyone will be very, very hyped for that. I know that you guys have a lot of 3 playstyle plus cards you want to put into Evos, but today's Evo is a 90 rated max, bit dead, but 90 rated right mid or right wing. It's going to give technical, finesse shot, rapid, low driven, big stats upgrade. I don't really care too much about looking at these Evos anymore until they come out on the game, because loads of cards don't really move for these Evos anymore, right? The only cards that really move up and down in price for Evos are the super hyped ones. The ones that are like Savona Team of the Week, Oosterwolde and FIFA Foot Birthday. The top echelon of cards in the game. So obviously 90 rated FIFA Foot Birthday, as you can see, up massively in price for today's Evo. But apart from that, other cards don't really move. We're at that point in the game where everyone's got chains or a lot of cards untradeable. I've got this 90 rated FIFA in my club. She could be broken in this Evo if she fits it, if she stays lengthy, of course. And I'm sure we'll have a look at that FIFA as well, because I'd love to do a little right wing Evo. I need a right winger in the team. But yeah, I just don't think this Evo will be that hyped. Thursday's Evos never normally are. EA try and wait until Friday, but we'll see. Maybe they surprise me, right? But EA normally wait until Friday to drop that sort of big boy Evo. And here he is then, great of the game, Eto. Yes, only 3 playstyle plus, because Power Shot plus ain't really the one, but look at this card. Now, I said before, not everyone will get this card. You might be thinking, why, right? If we're getting an SBC Eto, surely everyone will go and do this card. Quick step, finesse, low driven. He's really hype. He has a nice body type in game. Everyone loves doing an icon. This guy's not coming as an SBC. This guy is coming as a gauntlet reward. This guy will be as a gauntlet reward. Great to the game starts on the 19th of June, but this will be coming on Monday, which I believe is the 15th of June, I think. The first card you can get for Great to the Game, and it'll be, you have to win all 5 games in a row, from what we understand from the leaks, to get this Eto card, which means if you can't win 5 in a row in Gauntlet, you're going to be seeing this Eto card in Rivals and Champs, but not in your team. Now, will he actually be that good in game? EA normally don't make the Gauntlet rewards that like OP and overpowered, but look at that card, man. That is one that you really want to have in your club. People are going to be sweating their balls off trying to get 5 wins in a row in Gauntlet. Not 3 anymore, not 4, we're up to 5 now, which means as well, you need 5 different good teams to be able to compete and try and get this Eto. So on Monday, the sweat fest begins. I know a lot of people who won't even try. They won't even try because they know that 5 wins in a row with 5 different teams is going to be way too stressful. Imagine if you've just won 4. Imagine that last game in Gauntlet. That's going to be neon impossible. But that is the reward coming. And it's not only Eto, right? It also seems to be leaked that part of this like Gauntlet rewards will be getting tokens as well. So some of those tokens, I don't know how many, 10, 20, 100, 1,000. Probably not 1,000, but I don't know how many tokens we'll get in them. But they will be coming on Gauntlet rewards on Monday. Now, I'm very hyped about this. I just like having things in the game where playing the game gets you good rewards. I know that sounds obvious, but like the EA could have made it so it was just tokens for the reward, and yeah, cool, but I don't know. The fact there's an Eto card, it's an exclusive one, maybe I won't even get it, right? I might not have the time to go and sweat that Gauntlet, but the fact he's there, in my opinion, is very, very nice. What do you guys think? Are you going to be sweating those 5 wins in a row in Gauntlet? Are you going to be accepting that Eto just won't be joining your team, won't be joining your club? I think the card could be better, but for me, I really want to try that card out. And then we got some new pack code added, and this is what you're probably going to see for the Champs Rewards next week. Not this week in Foot Champs, this should still be Path to Glory, but it's a good look at what we should see next week, because in the pack code, we've now got 14 times Great to the Game players, a 4 times Great to the Game, a 6 times Great to the Game player, untradeable with a player pick. You know, some of these will be store packs, but a lot of these look to me to be the Champs Rewards, right? Hopefully in Champs Rewards, we can see this one here, the World Stage Guarantee Pack, although probably going to be a store pack, but includes 1 Festival of Football Path to Glory, rated 94 or higher, a Path to Glory rated 1 of 5 rare gold or higher, some player picks like that, 3 times 93 plus Path to Glory Team 2 players pack. That could be this weekend's rewards, but it just looks nice to see that at least we're going to get Champs Rewards updated every week with this sort of stuff. The problem is for me is that I don't think Champs Rewards are actually an improvement right now. I think Champs Rewards to me look to be a bit of a sidestep from what we had last time, if not actually a little bit worse, but at least you can choose the rewards, right? It seems to me that Champs Rewards have got, again, worse, but you can choose them. So is that better? I don't know. The actual pack weight and the packs you get, not as good, but, you know, I get to choose whether I want to play a bigger pack, whether maybe I just want to go and do a player like what we're going to see this weekend, like the Reece James, the Beholter, the new ones there. But yeah, just new packs. New packs is nice. Great to the game stuff coming for Foot Champs Rewards, which we expected anyway, but I just thought it was cool that we can finally see it in the pack code. And let's talk market. Just before we jump into the market, of course, boys, rate my fantasy team. I might change this before the deadline. Have a quick look on your screen, right? Look at this, okay? Gakpo, Havertz, Kane, Wirtz, Bruno, Dembele, Lamine, Cancelo, Robinson, Dumfries, Kerbal, Ndicka, Estepinian. I've got a cold team. Be honest, that's a very, very cold team. So, again, if you're not already, get yourself in the league for the free FC27 for whoever wins. You know, it's not really a giveaway, but you know what I mean. And yeah, so far, I've not seen a better team than mine. I mean, copy mine if you want, but I'm probably going to change this before the deadline. I'm not even sure all these players actually play for their national teams. I think they just look cool on paper. But yeah, let's jump in to market, trading, what's happening with the game right now, what can we buy? I'm also 25 million coins in right now. I was 27 million coins in, and then some things have lazy sold. Let's start with, of course, Path to Glory. If the World Cup starts today, let's start with the World Cup cards, right? This is, in my opinion, your last chance to snag some of these cards at probably the cheapest prices they're going to be if they win games, of course, if these cards lose games, who knows, right? They could crash in price. Now, we've got an interesting conversation. I always say selling the hype, and I always say be liquid for Friday. If you buy cards now, you're probably not selling in the hype, and you're probably not going to be liquid for Friday because it's going to be Friday tomorrow, and these cards are not going to rise that much by tomorrow. And also, there's not going to be that much hype by tomorrow. It's not like many of these cards play, right? So, the only cards I bought, I will tell you right now, was Brahim Diaz at about 185,000 coins, what he is there. I got some Ruben Diaz, about 240, so a little bit lower than what he is there. I got some Pulisic about 220, so about what he is now there. Alfonso at 500, about what he is there. And then Simeone's at about 90, about what these cards are right now. So if you're buying these cards, you're buying at the same price I bought them for. Now, I'm not expecting crazy returns, and I might even hold some of these cards long term, which means if you go with me on Simeone and Argentina lose some of their games, you have to understand it is a risk, right? At the end of the day, these are live cards. Same with Alphonso Davies. Canada play pretty soon. If you get this guy at 500,000 coins, it's a great price. He's the best left back on the game in terms of a lengthy 97 pace left back. But if Canada lose their first 3 games and they go out the group stages, you best believe this guy's not going to hold 500,000 coins in price, right? That is just how it works. But I do think you should pick up some of these cards and get involved in the World Cup trading. Pick cards who you think can have upgrades. Pick cards you want to sell in the hype. I would not pick cards that are stupidly expensive because if you go and buy a Frankie de Jong, yes, he has a great chance of upgrades. I get that. This is much more like gambling than trading. Now, maybe he has a little bit of hype for the Netherlands game. If you're planning on selling him on Friday night into Weekend League when people are buying the teams again, maybe that could be a really nice play. But I think there are so many cheap cards you could make more money on. That's what I've gone for. One of the ones who's gone really low recently, and I love the price of, if you can get Bukayo Saka, if you're a little bit more of a baller, and you can get him below 2.3 million coins, I love the price on that to sell in the hype for the England game, because England don't play for a little while, right? So this guy got out of packs, and as you can see, he fell off from 2.5, 2.3. Everyone kind of panicking this morning, selling their cards before the World Cup starts. I'm actually buying, which I normally do the opposite. I'm normally the one selling before the game's kicked off. But those are the cards I've bought, right? I am 25 million coins in. Every time you buy some of these cards, I would always be lazy selling them. I've already lazy sold 2 million coins worth of players, which probably means I've made 200, 300, if not 400,000 coins profit already before a ball's even been kicked. And if you're someone who's just a bit too scared, you don't want to get involved in that, there is so many coins to be made, right? If you go and buy the best discard cards, so for me, that is Pasalic, Wisser, and this Wolf guy. They're probably the 3 I'd go for. Yeah, Pasalic, Wisser, and Wolf. If you go and buy those 3 cards at discard, do not buy above discard. Buy as many of them as possible. Lazy sell them, so list them for between 12, 13, 14, all the way up to 19,000 coins. Just every single hour, list them. The minimum you'll make is some lazy sell coins. And if Pasalic and Croatia get out the groups, he'll start spiking towards 15, 16k. If Wolf and Norway get out the group, he'll start spiking towards 14, 15k, right? If even Wisser and DR Congo do an upset, because this card's got some crazy stats, if he got a 4th playstyle plus, got 5-star, 5-star, this card would go to sort of 30,000 coins, right? Now, that'd take a while, right? But some of the like no risk, super low risk like discard cards. Even I've seen a lot of people going for Gonzalo Ramos. For him, you want to get like 27, right? You don't want to really pay 31, but 27,000 coins. There are so many low risk or even no risk plays with these discard cards where you get involved for the World Cup. You get to go and buy loads of Pasalic and then watch Croatia play and support Croatia, or buy Wisser and then maybe you're a little bit more involved in the DR Congo games. And they have so little risk compared to the cards that I've bought, like the Brahim, the Ruben Diaz, the Simeone cards, right? They're the ones I've gone for because obviously I need to go higher budget. But don't be scared of the low risk cards as well. Now, I'm not sponsored by Footbin. I'm pretty sure you can find the exact same thing on FootGG, but I'll always tell you guys the truth when I prefer one or the other. And I think I prefer the Footbin one for this, but they both have them. Make sure you keep it on top of these Path to Glory trackers, right? It's a nightmare, especially with 2 teams, what we're getting tomorrow, to have 2 teams to track, to keep track of all these cards. And Footbin, and both FootGG, use whichever one you want. They have these trackers here, but you can literally see really easily which cards are getting upgrades. You can sort them by the newest players or whatever for the new promos. But you can see which cards are getting upgrades, what upgrades they've got left to get. You can click on a card and see the exact in detail stats because there's so many upgrades they can get this time, so you can see everything. And it's probably the only way you're going to keep track of these cards, right? Make sure to utilize this. Again, Footbin, FootGG. I use the Footbin one. Go to players, trackers, go to Path to Glory, and you can see all the cards here when they play their games as well. I think they have fixtures, right? If you scroll down, yeah, they've got fixtures, times of the games, the odds of the games. It's a really good page to utilize and just, keep an eye on over the course of the World Cup. And honestly, it makes trading, but also playing the game for these cards that you've got in your team way more fun, right? It makes the World Cup a little bit more fun. It makes FC26 a little bit more fun. Overall, it's just a great time to be on the game, trading, playing. And if you don't want to buy Path to Glory cards, I don't really know why. But if you don't, fair enough. You can just still go for things like fodder. But the problem you've got right now is Team of the Seasons are 41,000 coins, if not 42,000 coins. Someone at EA needs to look at this and realize this is a problem because these are too expensive because there's no way to get them. Yes, we still got the Team of the Week upgrade, but we need high-rated Team of the Weeks, aka team of the seasons for SBCs. And again, if you've got team of the seasons now, I keep saying this, but I think this is the peak now. I think this has to be the peak sell point. EA have to. They literally have to release tradable team of the season affordable supply, which would crash these cards pretty much instantly. But right now, they're only going one way, and that is up because we're getting no supply of them. SBCs keep needing them. Team of the weeks, team of the seasons are only going one way. Evo team of the weeks are only going one way. This Savona card, who's probably one of the most popular Evo team of the weeks in the entire game, is now 75 or 80,000 coins when he was nearly discard a week or two ago when they added the team of the week pack back into the tradable SBC section. So right now they're only going one way, which is up. But if you've got that fodder, team of the weeks, team of the season, you surely have to be looking to sell, right? If you bought 85s on the weekend, hopefully you sold them Wednesday night like we always do. They went to 1.5 thousand coins again. So once again, you doubled your coins there. You can buy these in the morning, sell in content times every single day if you want, or do what I would do and just wait until the weekend and you can go all in on 85s again, sell them next Wednesday and double or triple your coins again there. And then once again, 89s are getting on that low side. If anyone can get bids on 89s at 3,000 coins and below, this is console, but it should translate pretty similar to PC, whatever the price is. Get them a few hundred coins below, whatever they are on bid, right? 89s, like I said a few days ago, look very, very nice because 90s are just much higher, like much more expensive right now than 89s. And I think if we get that Paqueta SBC, then we get McAllister. And remember, Friday night rewards aren't really as fodder based anymore. You might see some store packs, of course, which lowers fodder, but last Friday fodder did okay because the Gakpo SBC. I think you could see 89s do okay again on Friday. If we get the Pedro Neto SBC, I think he'll be overpriced. What you really want, in my opinion, is that McAllister SBC. I think the McAllister SBC, or maybe even the Pateas SBC, will do well for fodder. I think 89s could be a great play if you can get them on like 3,000 or even 3.1, 2 or 3,000 coins on bids. Even for the Pateas SBC, right, who should be like Salah, loads of squads, and people will slowly complete that over the next week. 89 fodder would be like the sort of rating I would go for right now. And even look at 91s, right? The cheapest 91s in the game are Path to Glory cards. This Wolf card plays for Norway, who are pretty hyped. This Wolf card, to me, is probably the safest investment on the entire game right now. Just buy him at discard. He's either fodder or he's an upgradable card who's a Premier League lengthy left back. Yes, he's missing some playstyles, which is why he's so cheap, but put an anchor on him. He's a lengthy Prem left back who plays for a half-decent nation in the World Cup, and he's discard. If you just want the most simple, one-off and done investment, put all of your coins into discard at Wolf and just wait. But boys and girls, World Cup day. Go and enjoy the World Cup, man. Go and enjoy your summer. Hopefully you're going to have a fantastic time over the next few weeks watching the World Cups. We'll be doing sort of daily or near daily updates on this channel, not only for FC26, but we can have a look at some of the World Cup games as well. What will be the best moments? Who's going to win? I'm going Portugal. Top scorer Cody Gakpo, and a last chance reminder, get yourself into the Discord for the World Cup Fantasy League. One of you will win FC27, so don't miss out on that. And yeah, boys and girls, as always, just appreciate all the support on the channel this year. I think we actually might hit 20,000 subscribers before FC27, which is just, it's mind-blowing to me. First year doing content, that we might hit 20,000 before the next game even comes out. Just all thanks to you guys, man. Really do appreciate the support. Of course, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you all in a bizzle.